Do you have any idea what happens when you are an international student on a scholarship? Your first day, first week, first month, the experience that you get from school, the education system, the culture shocks, everything in between. Well, you are in luck. Hi there, I'm Ithamara, and I'll be your host today on the very first ever episode of the AI Room podcast. And on today's podcast, we have the founder and the CEO of Smart Cash Assistance, our sponsors for this podcast, here today as our guest as we talk about everything that happens about being a student on a scholarship. Welcome, Mr. Cameron.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, and thank you for Smart Cash for sponsoring this podcast. We are very pleased to have you as our one and only sponsors, and we've seen the reviews of what Smart Cash does apart from sponsoring us. It does very good things, what a pleasant company it is, and how the customers praise the company. It's actually very nice and very good. It has good reviews from all the customers that you work with, and me and the people. We want to know, why did you start Smart Cash?
Well, thanks for that compliment, first of all, and thanks for that fantastic question again. So, you see, based on my personal experience here as an international student in Morocco, I can vividly remember how financial pressure can get.
Yeah.
So, just imagine you're very far from home and you're navigating through this new culture and you're facing unexpected expenses. Maybe you want to pay your bills, you want to pay rent, or maybe
Yeah.
you're just looking forward to go through that period when HLSB delays to send the tickets.
Just trying to survive.
Yeah, so that feeling of being stuck and being broke can be just so uniquely challenging. So it was precisely that personal experience that even sparked an idea to say, what if there was a system designed for students with a student reality in mind that understands the struggles, the real struggles that students are facing here in Morocco. So it was those personal experiences that even sparked this same idea to say, what if I come up with a system that understands the flexibility, the accessibility, and maybe genuine assistance that these students are looking for? Yeah, just come out as an helping hand. So that's basically the reason why we even decided just to say, okay, let me just start this system that's gonna help a lot of students here in the little way as we can. Yeah, because we can't manage to help each and everyone.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can never do that.
Because we're also students here, remember, right?
I remember.
So yeah, it's not just a lending business, it's a system that's offering friendly and flexible microfinance support to all the students out there here in Morocco.
Well, thank you very much for that. And we keep looking forward to what Smart Cash has for every single student out there. And guys, whatever you have, all the struggles, Smart Cash is here for you, for each your smart choice, for all the better days, because it understands the student struggles. And you said you started Smart Cash out of personal experience, what you've gone through, what happened, what you felt. That's why you started Smart Cash. I would like to know, like, when you reached Morocco, right? Let's start from there.
Yeah.
I want to know the experiences that you went through. How was your first day when you reached Morocco? What was your thought of Morocco?
Well, my first day here in Morocco was kind of funny and surprising at the same time, right? So to begin with, the journey is just too long.
Yeah.
Coming from Zambia, then here in Morocco, the journey just too long because there's no direct flight from Zambia to Morocco. There's those corresponding.
Yeah.
Depends with what is the flight that you're using, maybe Qatar or Emirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the journey is just too long. So as we arrived here in Morocco at the airport, that's where now the chaos began because I lost my luggage.
Namifikiri.
I lost my luggage.
You just reached, you lost your luggage at the airport. What did you do?
No, it was very difficult because you're now. I started looking for the lost and found. And
Yeah.
keep in mind because by that time we didn't even know how to conjugate the French. So it was very difficult to even ask around to say, oh, where can I find the lost and found?
Yeah.
So fortunate enough, I bumped into this guy. He was talking a little bit of English. That's why he directed me to the lost and found. That's how I got my luggage. Then we started moving from Casa, going to Rabat. That's when I would do all the paperwork at AMSI. Yeah, then that journey from Casa to Laba,
Wait, na nifikire bagi ya so mwamba paperwork.
paperwork. Yeah, of course, because
That's ethic.
of course, it's very tired. And remember, you're very tired.
Yeah.
And you just reached, you just arrived, then you're telling you to say, okay, you need to fill in these things, you need to do this and this and this and this. So there's just a lot of movements going on. And
Yeah. I can
you're just
imagine how the
looking
body
forward
can
to
be.
for you, you're just looking forward, maybe you just reach, have a bath, and have
You
some rest.
sleep, you relax.
Yeah, because you traveled the whole night, remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, from Casa we went to Rabat, we did all the paperwork, and the journey from Casa to Rabat, what you started seeing along the way, which was just so surprising. You say, "Ah, is this the Morocco that people, or maybe the things that we used to search online, it's not even actually the thing that we are seeing."
But change the
But we're
scenario is
seeing the
different.
views from Casa to Rabat, right? Then as we approached Rabat, that's when now, okay, the nerves were calm to say, okay, this is now the Morocco that we used to see online.
Like, no, maybe tensopeta koche munjira.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we reached Rabat, we did all the paperwork. Then from Rabat again, we were like, ah, as you know, mind, because maybe we're going to stay. There's this the city at first.
Yeah, the system where you have to start the
Yeah.
hostels at school.
So we
Yeah.
thought maybe we'll be staying at the city or the hostels. Then suddenly we just heard someone telling us to say, our seniors who came to pick us up from the airport, like, let's start moving. It's like,
Smug gonna pass it
where
in,
are we
but change the
going?
face to brain. Like, ah, I'm not sleeping here.
We're not staying here. No, 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 let's start moving. So we moved from Rabat going to Saleh. That's when I spent like the whole 6 months of the French, yeah?
In
Yeah,
Saleh.
in Saleh. That's why we used to stay in Saleh.
Mm.
Then in Saleh, that's that same first day we slept on the floor because we didn't have mattresses.
That was a journey indeed.
It was quite tiring and
You
hectic.
didn't have mattresses. What happened for you to not have mattresses?
It was just this maybe challenges to arrange for mattresses for each and every student because we were a lot. I think they prioritized the girls first. They looked for the mattresses for girls first. Then us,
No,
we were
us
just
girls were
squatting.
more,
We were just squatting with the
fragile.
guys who arrived before us. Those kind of things. So we slept on the floor the whole night. Then I remember that night we were just laughing with the guys to say, okay, this is the scholarship that you guys wanted. Look at you now. You're on the
Ah, you
floor.
didn't come for the scholarship. You came for the plane. You just hate this a plane. You're going to Morocco and you're like going.
So yeah, the drama just started just that
The
first
first
day
day. Ish.
of us arriving in Morocco.
And now Mwafika, you're now home. Wankadika papa. Mnabe mattress.
The mattress came the following day.
Maguna mattresses. Wankada papa. You're staying in Sale, all that. And now, like, once you reach now, you've settled back. You start now living your life now. You're living now in Morocco, now Moroccan. What's a culture shock that you saw here in Morocco that you just got to say, okay, it's going back home?
Culture shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot actually. But one that just caught my attention was the month during Ramadan.
Ooh, the prayer month.
Yeah, it's just how these guys are very committed when it comes to praying, you know, in such a way that even all the shops, no one operates.
No one
Like all the
works.
shops are closed. So you can just imagine whereby you
All the
want
shops are closed.
all the shops are closed. You want to get something, you go out and you just find that oh, no one is selling,
No one is
no
working.
one is working. And like
Ooh.
back home, we don't have such a month or a period. But here it's
Work
some
is
people which are
work.
they're just very committed to it.
They're just very committed to it. But what really happens?
They're praying like the whole day. They don't eat nothing. So maybe they spend most of their time indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe to just reserve the energy because they're not eating the whole day. Those kind of things.
Mm.
So that's just one show that caught my attention to say they even have this period whereby no one is selling, all the shops are closed. You can go out, maybe thinking maybe you're going to find someone out there, maybe it's operating, is selling, but nothing like that.
Ever experienced it?
What?
The shock, the closing, Bavad. Has it
Oh,
ever affected you?
of course, it did. At some point, I remember was our seniors. they told her to say, okay, you guys during Ramadan you need to get the food stuff in advance.
Mm.
But you didn't take that serious because maybe us we are thinking maybe maybe that we're going to find someone who is going to open who like why should everyone
Like,
just
yeah, naka mentality katoka kunyumba kakuti
close
who closes the shop
the
or
shops?
everywhere.
Yeah. So remember Ramadan came and we didn't take what the seniors told us. Then the following day, it was like you try to get something, you're trying to get tomatoes, those kind of things. Then
Yeah.
you go out, there's no one who's selling tomatoes.
You turn
Hey,
the blind eye to the warning.
those kind of things. Go out, there's no one who's selling. You move around, nothing, it's just very quiet.
Manakala
So you can
njala.
just imagine that day we didn't even eat
Yo.
because of the same thing. So that's just one culture shock that caught my attention to say, oh, these guys are very serious when it comes to them praying and committed to their God.
But it's like na prayers day timabomba. We got to work.
It's different.
We
Different
got to
because
work even on prayers day.
yeah,
Like we also have prayers
that's
day
the
back
difference.
home.
But it's different with these guys here.
What could be different? I
They're,
mean, we're all praying,
they're committed.
so commitment is less. Zambians
Now,
timapembera bwino
I
bwino.
won't comment on the difference between the religion thingy.
Don't worry, all religions are welcome everywhere, every single thing.
Yeah,
And
so
now
I hope we
ukashop
just
mwankarako pangono
try
pangono
to stay quiet.
festi mwankarako na njala. Been quite a journey.
Of course.
This is just a few months. You've experienced so much, And now that you settled or that you started going to school now, right? So you start going to school. What's one thing you wish someone told you before coming to Morocco? One thing that you just wish to say, okay, I should have been told about this before coming here.
Like when we started going to school during French or maybe during universities,
It can be either of the two.
either of the two.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we can start with French. As we were coming from Zambia, right? We thought maybe we'd be learning French and English, but it was actually French in French. They're teaching you French in French.
In French.
Yeah, it's not like no the way it is back home when they're teaching English, they use a bit of local language here
Yeah,
and there.
mwashitako understand
Yeah, you
pangono.
understand. Like maybe someone is teaching English, right?
Yeah.
Then he brings in to my members so that maybe everyone just
So that
gets.
you get the concept.
Yeah, but here it's different. It's French in French. We're learning French in French. So it was the first day in class. It was very difficult because we didn't even get anything because they're teaching French.
Depends on
in French.
vega.
It's even
Zangerera
so you just seated there, just watching the professor saying, talking, just nodding your head as if you're understanding whatever.
like
just it's nothing. So yeah, that's one thing maybe someone I wish would have told me to say, okay, when you guys are coming here during your French, you'll be learning French and French. It's not like you'll be learning French and English, those kind of things. Then during my university, that's when everything else started just getting very difficult. The school system is
vachinja
different.
manje.
Pamwenda vichinja once. The school system different. Each and every school has got its own system here in Morocco.
Yeah.
So
That's like true. That's like one thing I've also noticed.
yeah. So maybe I wish someone would have told me to say more about the school system or the education system here. Maybe to just there's a platform by Zasam. They do like to my review about this school is about this and this and this and this. This school is about this and this and this and this. But those videos are pre-recorded, so you don't get to ask questions. You don't get to ask more questions, so that you can just have that first-hand experience, a little bit of first-hand information. So I just wish someone would have told me to say, okay, the education system here is this and this and this and this. It's like this. Once you start university, you'll be learning in French. And sometimes these professors are even using Derija, Arabic.
They use their own
during
language.
our Frenches, we don't learn Derija, we don't learn Arabic.
No.
We just learn French. So when you go my universities, you just usually surprised to say, okay, these guys are even using Derija, using Arabic. You don't get to understand everything when you go to class.
Yeah, the difference in school system is one thing I've also noticed because back home you can say someone since if the both of us are learning engineering, you're at Unzamat CBU, we can exchange notes and the exam will literally be the same. But here what I've seen with the difference is when you're at NSAM and I'm at EST, even if we're doing the same things, we can never exchange the notes because The school system is different for every single university.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, truly, we wish there was a platform that would tell us more about the schools and also add that emphasis to say not all the schools are the same. Every single school has its own specialty, its own syllabus, its own things. And it's just, you know, if they should explain those things more in further details
Yeah,
and
and the
it's
other thing, maybe you can talk about this issue of changing courses.
yeah.
Yeah, when you're back home, the story is you're back home, you're like, no, once you go to Morocco, you'll be able to change all those kind of things, but it's very difficult to change something, to change the course
Mm.
that you're given back home. So once you sign that contract with Helsby, it's like, now you can put in a stamp.
Na stamp yan kada chapa. There's nothing you can do. You
There's
can change
nothing you
it.
can do. So it's just very difficult to change courses here. Once you come, you're just going to do whatever you've been given from back
You've been
home.
given
Yeah. So that's something that I with someone who just told me to say, okay, it's very difficult for you to change from one course
to
to another.
another. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. You know, that's nice. So now we know to say the school system is like this and it's like that. And now the experience now. Let's talk the personal experience. A little further away from education stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk the broken bougie now.
Yeah.
Let's talk the real survival. You know, student, man, get a fika. How do you survive as a student? The broken bougie. What's the most broke you've ever been? Ever since coming to Morocco, like the most broke.
The most broke I've ever been.
Yeah.
So we always get broke. Like it's a normal thing as students going broke, right?
Yeah.
This is actually the reason why we even started Smart Cash. Because a lot of us brokenness is just maybe it's something which is common among
It's
us.
inherited.
Yeah. So the most broke I've ever been, I think, it was that period when we didn't receive our stipend, but other students had received their stipend. So us with other, we were like maybe five, six, yeah.
Mm.
Us we didn't receive our stipend. Maybe because of technical issues here and there were not some accounting thingy, they're just missing something. You saw that period where your friends have gotten their monies, right? Then you don't have anything. And then you're supposed to pay rent, supposed to pay your bills to pay with Wi-Fi, water, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Then school is starting, you need to get everything in order, you need to buy your books. So you can just imagine that as situation.
Yeah.
And you don't have anything to eat as well.
You don't.
You don't have because it's by the end of the what is 4 months which helps between the money, the
Yeah.
tickets, and you don't have anything.
Zasir and drama.
That's it, and then
Nanjad.
you don't get paid on top. So you can just imagine that scenario and being broke in a foreign country, you have no one to maybe to go to say, okay, I'm asking for this, help me with this and this and this.
No.
Even when back home they send you money, it's very little to cut for the expense of rent, food, maybe
Yeah.
even the bills,
Yeah.
those kind
The
of things.
currency exchange.
Yeah, it was so
varies.
it was very difficult. It was a very difficult situation. I think that's the most broke I've ever been
That's the
ever
most
since I came
broken.
to Morocco.
Well, the
Because of
same issue of not being paid, I think it happened also this year, where this year we literally had a whole entire city. It was not paid.
yeah,
And for
that's
some of
something
us,
which
it
was
was
hectic.
terrible because our rent was due and we were already given surpass week on top. They said, you know, we've given you this period, you have to pay back. It was very hard for some of us to the point where me and my roommate stayed in this apartment. Then the landlord sent people to come to our house. They barge into our bedrooms. Start paying right now. Oh, we're calling the police. You're leaving this house. And now you have 5 days to your exam. You need to study. You need to settle. You don't have a place. You don't have house. You don't have money. Peace is not out.
Yeah,
You know, such things, I feel like such things should stop because it affects most of us. We are alone here. If I'm just out to go on the street, where am I going to go?
nowhere.
You know, such things. And
you don't have money.
thank goodness Smart Cash came through because I'm sure at that time we would have fallen our exams because we didn't have that in our heads to say, I need to study, I need to study, I need to study, my exams are coming.
You're studying for where to stay.
Where to stay? And it was terrible. One day we came back from school, we even found there was no toilet in the house. You live on the third floor, or boy na munyumba, pa, you can, you know, let me have a shower, you know. Kupesa munyumba toilet banyamura. No, we're renovating the house, pay my rent, you're leaving this house by the month, and you don't pay rent.
Yeah.
Now, what's to go for days without bathing? Like, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear me say that. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And now, like the time you're broke, right? The time you're not paid. What's one new hack that you have? Those days that you're nana che life. Yeah, of course. What's one new hack that you have that survives you through
That period.
that period when you're broke now?
So you're just eating pa. You're just sleeping on pa. You eat pa in the morning, you eat pa in the night. Every day you're just eating pa. Because you have nothing. You don't have
Ah,
anything. Of course.
namanzi.
No, not naman, of course. You have sugar.
So sugar is a man still have a this sugar in the house.
You can get from your friends, those kind of things.
Man, karako bruno vanzat. As in
So
such
yeah,
situations,
it was very difficult. Trying to say just maybe even take time to wake up so that you can just skip the breakfast.
you take time to wake up.
Yeah, maybe you wake up around 14 there. By the time you're eating pa, it's already 16. Before you know it, it's already 20. Another
Wagona.
meal, you sleep, the following day comes.
Yo.
So that's how
Kasang
difficult
kakahag now.
that's how difficult things can get when you're broke in a foreign country.
It gets really epic. But so the strategy is you sleep.
You just sleep, then you
You
take
sleep
time
halfway.
waking up. Of course.
Then you wake up, then breakfast is 15, 16.
Yeah.
Kachitika. By the time supper is reaching, you eat, you mange, strong people. That strategy is nice. For some of us in those situations, smida
Smida to
smida porridge. Opanga porridge na smida. It slaps. Na tu sugar
Well,
chena
you're
tu
just
soda
drinking
paka.
direct.
Mache. You are broke, so you are broke. You don't have money. You don't have honesty. You don't have BC. You're thinking of bills. You gotta go to school. You can't go to school when you're hungry.
Yeah, you can't.
These classes where you even have TDs, kuma 18, you can't go to school when you're hungry.
Classes here very like from morning to 18.
From
maybe
morning to
18
18, from 19, you're having
So
a
you
TD
can't.
from like 17:30 to like 19 hours there. Can you go to school hungry?
You can't.
Look for come on space and just bought to smith up and go. So that one watch a baby just on a plastic. Plastic can't just.
No, it gets cold. Why?
You're trying to survive. There's nothing you can literally do. They're just those days where you just have to survive and you just have to live through it. We're surviving and striving for our future.
Yeah, you can.
So okay, I'll just go through with smart cash, I just get some things, just survive for this week, just push through. Maybe God willingly. Pamande Zangian. God willing, Pamande Zangian.
So yeah, that period is just very difficult when you don't have anything, you don't get paid on top.
Yeah.
Then he always be delays to send the monies again. So that period is just very difficult because you've saturated everything that you had, And then there's this phase again, like life has to continue.
Yeah.
So what's the strategy now? That's why we just end up buying pa all the time, eating pa.
Not all the time eating pa. Okay, let's say it like this. What if you had 10 dirhams and you have 5 days to survive? What's your strategy?
My strategy is survive with the 10 dirham.
10 dirhams, survive.
In those periods, it's like even the 10 dirham is a lot of money.
Get creative.
Of course. So you can actually just just as I'm from saying, buying pa, right?
Yeah.
You can get pa, you can get smitha, just like you've said. Get pa, then with smitha. Then in the morning, maybe the same strategy, sleeping, wake up around 14. That time you eat pa.
Pushing
and we eat pa. Then in the evening, you can make smitha. The same porridge that you're talking about. I think that can work. I think that can work.
You think that can work?
Survive with 10 drums in 5 days.
You can survive.
Yeah, I think with that strategy I can.
Mama smida.
No.
I've
never.
Man, the strategy that's mama.
I have nothing to do. I have no other options.
You have no other options.
Yeah. Then I can go with that.
On my side, I think if I had like 10 dirhams to survive for like 5 days, the strategy seemed baguette.
The baguette.
The long baguette. No, the thing is, the way it's round and small, right? You can only eat it if you're eating like some of us doesn't eat a lot, so you can eat like the whole thing the whole day. And now you're 5 days, you gotta survive, and you have 10 dirhams.
Yeah.
So you need to be eating at least twice a day. Kumaseni fijaso maseni ya Morocco is 15, 16. Then lunch is 20, 21. So for you to be able to do that, ngagule baguette. Because the way the baguette is long, ngajube
Yeah.
mo batata. Then once you cut the tree, waja. So in the morning, you'll be eating that. Strategy sleep, wake up 16, eat. In the evening, smida.
It's made
Life ya
like what?
pita. Porridge. It's mom. Ngatu jina so. Mama.
Grown, see.
Ah. Hmm. Si mama, nikupanga. Life imavuda. There is nothing you can do.
Yeah, I can just imagine.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now with like the way everything is and the smart cash is helping us, which literally pushes us through the moments that sometimes we're able to avoid these things.
Yeah.
Like what else has smart cash got for us? What's next for smart cash? What's popping now? What are we looking forward to?
What you're looking for? What's new for smart
Yeah.
cash? Oh, that's a very amazing question. So yeah, financial assistance is very important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, knowledge is something that each and everyone needs to have.
Yeah.
It's the most powerful thing that each and everyone can have. And most of us, we don't get the financial knowledge that, the financial lessons from school.
No.
We don't learn about money. We don't learn about how money works. We don't learn about the system of money. We don't learn about all these systems which are put around, like the economic system of the country. We don't get to learn about those things,
No.
you know. So, yeah, knowledge is something that it's not just powerful, right?
Yeah.
It is a tool that you can use to do what to build a better future for yourself. Also, very soon you're going to see Smart Catch launching book summaries called the Karina series summaries.
Mm.
Yeah, so we'll be just distilling each and every summary into easy, able to digest things. Like we're breaking down all the lessons from powerful financial books, just
Yeah.
like this one which you're seeing here. And we're about to drop this. They reached that board, that summary. It's already done. Everything is just waiting for to be put out there to everyone.
Mm.
Yeah, the next goal is now to equip our fellow students with financial knowledge so that they can make better financial decisions in future.
Well,
So that's
you've heard it,
basically
guys. You've heard it here. Basically, Smart Cash Assistance will be drawing the calendar summaries, which will be dropping very soon. And as I end the podcast, I would like to hear from you guys. What would you do? What would be your strategy if you had 10 dirhams for 5 days to survive? Let me hear all your stories in the comments. And thank you very much, Mr. Kalena, for coming through again to the podcast.
thank you.
Until we see you next time, we are waiting, eagerly awaiting to see what the Kalena summaries has for us, what it installs for us. And guys, if this episode made you have questions and trying to figure out what will come next with the Smart Cash Assistance, well, this is your podcast. If you have any ideas or if you have stories to share of what happened, your first experiences, how your life is here in Morocco as a student under a scholarship, well, this podcast is for you. Like, share, follow, comment. You'll find us on YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, and everywhere you can find us. Proudly sponsored by Smart Cash Assistance. Until next time.